Thank you so much for joining me today on Coffee With. I'm here with Linda Fondren, very familiar face around town for lots of different reasons. You do so much in our community. And no surprise, now you're serving as the campaign co-chair for the United Way campaign this year, along with J.R. Armstrong,
Absolutely.
who couldn't be with us today, but I'll interview him at another time. So welcome to Coffee With.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I think this is your first time on Coffee With.
This is the very first time.
How could that be?
I don't know, but let me say I have been watching Coffee With, and I am so excited about it because there's so many things that go on in the community that I don't know about. And there's people, I've heard their names, and now I can put a name with a face and what they do. So this is just the greatest thing for our community.
Fantastic people doing great things in this community, and I think we need to talk about that every day.
I totally agree.
I do. I really
Absolutely.
do. And people think that's kind of Pollyanna, but
let me say, you do a wonderful job with the interviewing of people, and I think that that is so nice, the way you talk to them, bring it out of them, let them speak about what it is that they do.
Well, thank you, Linda. I just sit here and listen. This is the easy part.
Look, that's the best part, is to have a listener,
that's
you know.
Right, that's right. Okay, let's talk about United Way.
Yes.
The campaign kickoff is coming up shortly. That starts in September.
Yes.
And tell me what the goal is for whatever you want to tell me.
All right, I'll tell you all about it. Well, you know, we've already started the pace setter, okay, which means certain companies take the lead. And so Amy Haygood is good at that. We had the breakfast, and we set the pace, and it was wonderful talking to everyone. And let me tell you something, since I have become co-chair here, something I did not know. You know, United Way consists of 5 employees only.
It's amazing.
It is amazing the hard work that they do there. So I've learned a lot. But also, the rest of the organization is all volunteers, like you, like me, and I thought that that was so wonderful. And so at that Pace Setter breakfast, it was so important to recognize the time, the talent, and people give their hearts into volunteering and giving. So that was really wonderful. Now, we have a theme this year, and I love our theme.
I love the theme.
Yes, it is.
And I love the artwork and everything.
Isn't that beautiful?
It is fantastic.
Yeah, talk about hands across our communities. What the best way to explain what it is that United Way does. We already know that when we join our hands together and they come together as one, guess what? We influence conditions of all. And so that is so wonderful, and I'm so just in love with that theme, with the hands.
Now, did y'all design that, or was that something that came down from other parts of United Way?
I am not totally sure.
Okay.
I know I heard from Tammy, Barbara, and they were so excited about all of the counties. But we get together and we come up with themes and ideas, but just the logo is what you're talking about.
It was
then I
fantastic.
believe, you know, I'm not quite sure about that, but as far as hands across our communities, this is the board, the cabinet coming together, coming up with a theme that kind of, you know, talks about all, because some people sometimes think that it's just Warren County, where there are more counties involved, and so that needed to be known as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now, have y'all set the goal for this year?
Yes, we have.
And what is it?
The big goal is okay.
I'm getting ready.
$1,400,000.
And I know that y'all will do it.
We will do it. As a matter of fact, JR is not here right now, but we know that he is going to sing and dance to get us to that goal, and I'm going to be right there with him. So if anybody wants us to come out, sing, dance, get a donation, JR and I will be there. I probably can rap. He may can sing a little country western. I don't know. But, you know, we want to reach this goal, and I believe that we can. There is such an art to giving, you know, and I just think that we need to do more of it. The one thing that is so worthwhile in life is giving and volunteering. And we need to know that. And even with United Way, you know, if people look back at some of the disasters that we've had and people that have came in for help and they come there for hope. And it's such, we need such human capacity, you know, compassion. So what a way to give back to your community is to donate to United Way. You are helping your community, you're helping the children, you're helping the health of our community, the education in our community. You know, you can't get any better than this, and it feels so good to do good. You want to feel good about something in life, guess what? Give or volunteer. Right. There is nothing better.
That's right. That's right. Well, I know that there was a huge turnout at the Pace Setters breakfast. I mean, it was I think it was the biggest one I've been to so far.
It was big. People were enthusiastic. People were ready to help. And you know what's really important? Sometimes when you listen to a story, I will encourage everyone. You know, if you want to know what United Way does, go and visit United Way and go and let us take you to the 21 agencies that come for help. And then you'll begin to see the little children. You'll begin to see that, you know, sometimes we just happen to have a problem in life that we may not have at any other time. And you know what's so nice? To know that there's some place you can go for help. So it was just, we had a lady there that told her story, and I believe her name was Sheila, but there was a hearing problem, and they were able to get help. And what a joy it was looking at the children and listening to her speak about the help that she had gotten. So I think we need to go and listen to those stories and know that, you know, there are hardships out there. All of us are not fortunate enough to go through our life without, you know, any mishaps. I don't know anyone that does actually, but you know, some of us just have it a little bit more unfortunate than others, and we need to help those.
Well, you know, the woman that spoke, I want to go back and talk about
Yes,
that.
please. Okay.
Because she is from Magnolia Speech School,
Okay.
which I believe is in Clinton or Jackson.
Okay.
And I've been there. I went over there a couple of years ago. Tammy Milazzo took me over there. And it's one of those days that I will never forget.
Yeah.
And the reason is that they start working with children who have no hearing from birth. They go into their homes, and when the lady got up and talked, she has 3 children, 2 of whom one is profoundly deaf.
Correct.
I don't know what the right terminology is, and the other one is completely deaf.
Yes.
They both have cochlear implants. When you hear the children talk, you would never know that they had hearing problems at all. And of course, they hear just like you and I do. And they talk and they sing. They do everything. There's no speech impairment. Their life is just like every other child. Yet they're deaf.
Yeah, and yet they are.
And yet they can hear.
Right, but think of what United Way, this is the beauty of it all. United Way was there to help that family. It was such a joy for me, like I know it was everybody else in that room, were looking and listening and laughing with the children, seeing their shy, faces, and just a smile on their face, and the mother's face.
Yes, and why are how does the United Way in Vicksburg, why is it supporting a program in Jackson or Clinton?
Yes.
Well, that's because they travel all over to provide services in all counties. And so that's why part of the United Way money goes to support that program, even though they bring those services to Warren County and the other counties in this area that are part of the United Way.
The 21 agencies that are there, when they bring those programs to United Way and ask for their help, some of those programs, you can't get that anyplace else in that type of caring. And one of the reasons I have to say, remember, of course, everybody knows the epic flood that we had here. My husband and I were there at United Way delivering some boxes. And when we drove up, there were so many people out there wondering, where am I going to go? Where am I going to stay? Someone needs to help me. And, I had the opportunity, and I used it to talk to them. And they were worried, about what was going to happen to them. And I looked at, Tammy and everybody who was there with sleeves rolled up, ready to help. And, get in there and talk to the people. That made me feel so good. And just to talk to the people, too, to tell them you're at the right place. United Way is here to help. This is what we do. So go in, please, tell us what you need, and let's see what we can do about getting you a place to stay. And just a little conversation made them feel so good, and just to talk the good things about what United Way does.
Well, and during the flood, United Way was able to help with some of the boxes of supplies and things like that. But they also had emergency funds to help people with some temporary housing and associated types of services.
Well, what's important is for people to know out there, we can't do this without donations. It takes us giving. And so what a way to invest in your community. It takes that. We have to give back to our communities to be able to help the people that are in need. So donation, donation, donation. Can I tell them to go to, okay, UnitedWayVicksburg.org. There's a little button up there that says give. Click on it and give. And, money, cash, even go to their offices. We don't care whether it's private, public, personal, however you want to give, but do give. You want as I said, the most beautiful feeling that you can have, and you will be just elated because you were able to help some of the people that we just talked about, whether they be flood, whether it's education, whether it's housing, whether it's health care, whatever it may be. That's what the donations will go for.
Well, let's talk about the different ways to give. You can go online, UnitedWayVicksburg.org.
Yes.
You can give that way.
Yes.
You can send a check.
Yes, absolutely.
You can go by United Way on South Street.
Absolutely, yes.
You can give through your employer,
Yes.
which for most of us is the traditional way
that
to
people
give that
yes.
most of us have given,
Yes.
especially if you work for a large employer.
Yes.
They'll do payroll deductions.
Yes.
Dollar. We used to, when I was younger, we called it your fair share, and we gave a certain percentage of our salary every payroll. It was deducted and sent to United Way. And if you want, however you want to give, you do have the option to earmark those funds for certain agencies if you choose
that's
to do
very
that.
true. Yes.
You don't have to. You can just let United Way decide, but you can also say, hey, I want my money to go here or there or wherever. Did I miss any other forms where how people can give?
Those are the main ones, but you know what? Go by United Way office, pick up the telephone and telephone them. Barbara, Tammy, Ruby, Lauren, Carlotta, everybody is there to help you in whatever way that they can to tell you how you can give, because it is so important for myself and JR. We are really on this $1.4 million. We want this to be a successful campaign. We want it to be successful because we want to prove to people that what you have done is you have given to help somebody, to help someone, to help a child, to help a parent. I just can't, it gets emotional for me to talk about giving like everybody else, to give in and to volunteer your time. People, step up. These are hard times for everybody, but if you want to feel good about something, give something, volunteer something, do that for yourself. There is no better way, and I know you served there yourself, so you know so much the importance.
Do that. Now, probably coming up in about, I don't know when your telephone campaign starts, sometime in September, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Your phone may be ringing.
Yay, I hope so.
And people are going to say, hey, you pledged this much last year. Do you want to pledge this much again or more?
Yes.
So when you see that, answer the phone.
Yes.
And pledge.
Yes.
We need your money.
Yes, we need the money. We
need the money.
Yeah.
This is a community that takes care of itself. And by the community, I mean the whole area that United Way covers.
Absolutely.
Not just Vicksburg, but the whole area.
The whole area. And let me say, every day I wake up and I say to myself how blessed I am. I'm so lucky that I moved back here to Mississippi. And Vicksburg is an awesome, awesome city that has, every time I'm here, I feel like I just want to go out and help people. And that's why I am so honored to serve as co-chair with JR and just to serve on the board of United Way, because I get to do that. And so I just, I'm talking about it because I want people to feel good like I do, just to help people. And they can do that by simply giving us a donation that goes to United Way to help so many people.
Okay, so when the phone rings, give.
Yes.
You can give before the phone rings.
Absolutely.
And then we won't call you.
Yes.
We'll save on that manpower.
Yes.
And so you can give now, you can give early, and you can give a lot.
Yeah, of course they can. And wait, and give a lot,
That's right.
And if they need JR or me to come and do a dance, we will do that to meet our goal, okay?
Great.
So,
all right, let's switch gears for a minute.
Yes.
I can't talk to you without talking about Shape Up Sisters.
Yeah, okay. The exercise. Yes,
That's right.
Yes, of course.
Now, are y'all having boot camp starting anytime soon?
Boot camp just ended. We had 3 weeks of boot camp, and boot camp was absolutely awesome. And I have to say, I put on the mean face.
Yeah.
And I start calling. I love boot camp because, you know, it's the only time you get to yell and scream the last name, and I
people
know
pay
you can
you
do
for
it.
it.
They do. They pay for that. Can you believe it? Yes. And I love every minute of it. But
Y'all about killed me.
yeah. Oh, you did absolutely fantastic, you know.
I'll tell you what, I got home that first night and I about crawled into my house. But I came back.
Yeah.
I came back for more.
Yeah, well, good. See, yeah.
Now, you've also got the Shape Up Vicksburg.
Yes.
Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you know, Shape Up Vicksburg, as you know, started off as a weight loss challenge, and we lost a tremendous amount of weight, and I was so excited about that. But as I say, it did not end there. Now, it's more right now than a weight loss challenge. What it is now, along with that, is a life transformation challenge. And we want to keep that up because it's so important to get our community healthy, to get our state healthy. I'm sure everyone has read the latest statistics. And of course, for me, guess what? I find that totally unacceptable that this is for 7 years in a row. And I know we can do better, and we are doing better, because just with Shape Up Vicksburg and some of the other things that are out there, I go and I see people in the park early in the morning. They're out there exercising, and I didn't used to see that before. I see people walking. I see them with their children walking. I see them going to children's events. I see them in restaurants eating. I see them trying to make healthier choices. So I know we're doing better, but we still have to do so much more. And as long as I am here, I am going to make sure we do a lot more.
Now, are y'all still having your walks?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, we just finished a walk across the old Mississippi River Bridge, and it was Law Enforcement Academy. Actually, they came from all over the state of Mississippi, and so they marched in formation and, you know, gave their little hollers and cheers, and we totally enjoyed that. They actually warmed us up, cooled us down, and the sun gave us a break and didn't come out, you know, until later, and so that was great. And, you know, the purpose of the walks is for families to come out, do things together. Sometimes when you do things in a group and you walk with someone, talk with someone, and you're socializing, guess what? You forget all about your exercising. And so I try to pick a place in this community where maybe people haven't seen before, to know the great things that our community have to offer. So now we get to talk up our city, talk up our community. So that's the purpose of the walks, as well as getting healthy. Everybody needs to know it is cool to walk.
Yes.
That's it.
Got it.
Cool as in,
I like
you know,
that.
good job. Yeah.
Anything else you have going on you want to talk about?
You know, that's it for now. I have to say that I'm still running nutrition classes, and I just finished up one at the Vicksburg Housing Authority. I go there to the women that are in sort of like the underserved communities that without jobs need some help. So we give 30 minutes of nutritional counseling, 30 minutes of working out, and we do that once a week there. And so I'm getting ready to start up another 8-week program. And so I'm really excited about that, because guess what? So many women go, I didn't know that. You know, they don't know what a calorie is, or how many calories they should take in, how long they should exercise, what they should be doing. But more important than anything, I tell them, you want to start slow. Everything is a baby step. We want this to be sustainable. We do not want to go up, go down. We want what you do to be a lifestyle transformation, so that we can stay there and really spend most of our time, guess what? Not trying to get through the struggles of obesity. We want to make exercise and proper eating a lifetime ordeal for us. We really do.
Now, if people are interested in that program, how do they get in touch with you?
Shape Up Sisters. But I have a website,
Okay.
shapeupvicksburg.com.
Okay.
You can go there, and it has information. It has a calendar there where you can go and see what all the programs are that are listed there. And even at Shape Up Sisters, so everyone can know, every female, my gym has been open for 1 year for free. Every Saturdays from 8 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I am open for free to the community, because guess what? A lot of people cannot afford a gym membership, and that's the other reason for the walks as well. The walks are absolutely free to the community. There is no charge, and you get these beautiful t-shirts that say, walking is cheap, life is priceless, and I just love seeing them around town, because, you know, other people make comments, and where'd you get the shirt? How do I join? So, you know, just like United that way, just like Shape Up Vicksburg, we're bringing awareness. We're bringing awareness out there that people do not know that these things exist in our great city and how they can help too. So the more that we talk about it, and we talk up the good things about our city, the good things about our community, everybody gets on board, and guess what? We have a happy, healthy community. I won't quit until we get there.
So they can go to shapeupvicksburg.com.
Yes.
Or they can call
Shape Up Sisters.
Or shapeupsisters.com.
Yes. Telephone number 601-619-7277.
Okay, yes. And that's the number for Shape Up Sisters?
That's the number for Shape Up Sisters.
So if anybody has any questions or wants some information about the walks or the classes that you're teaching,
absolutely.
Several different ways to get that.
Several different ways, and keep in mind, anyone can call me at my office at any time for any advice that they need whatsoever, with their children, with their own weight loss goals, or if they have a question. I return my calls, and so I will be there to answer any questions and get back to them as much as I can. And I want people to know that we need to know that we're here to help. Besides, I just love helping. Isn't it great to help people? I absolutely love it. It's a joy of mine.
Linda, thank you so much for being here today. I know how very busy you are, and I appreciate you carving out a little time for us.
You know what, Robyn? I appreciate you bringing to light so many wonderful things about our community, and especially when we talk about giving and volunteering time. I truly, truly appreciate what you do as well.
We have fantastic people here.
We do.
Lots and lots of them. You know, when I first started doing this, I was talking to somebody about